dramatic entrance walk into frame. Hi guys. Personally, I wanted to wait until I had to wear a jacket outside before I recorded my first fall video of the season. To which a lot of you replied, bro, you didn't have to wait like 3 weeks. Actually, I think it's 4 now. For those of you who aren't subscribed to me, you probably didn't notice my community tab, which illustrated the fact that I was taking a little bit of a break from uploading videos. Which I did, and which I still kind of am. But I wanted to put out a video about the fall season because it is my favorite time of the year in regards to fragrances. I have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, improving my content, and creating a long-term plan for J-ROYL as a fragrance YouTube channel. So don't get too excited, I'm still taking a little bit of time. I got a whole bunch of life stuff happening. It's nothing bad, it's all positive, it's just learning to manage it all. But I missed you guys too much to just keep the drought going. This video is a little bit simple. It's the fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing this fall. It's a mixture of niche and designer because my collection is largely a mix of niche and designer. I try not to be a niche snob, but I can be. If you know me, you know I love the house of Amouage. My candidate for the king of fall from that house is Memoir Man. It's one of my favorite fragrances by Amouage. It's one of my favorite niche fragrances of all time. If you haven't worn it before, it has warm wood, so it's still very woody, but it has a lot of incense to it, which makes it so amazing. What makes it different from other smoky fragrances? Mint. It has that mintiness. As you can see, it's fall, but there's quite a bit of green surrounding me. Memoir Man's a green fragrance, but it's smoky green. If you haven't tried it, you'll know what I mean when you do. But if you're not totally into niche fragrances or you don't want to spend the crazy money to get Memoir Man, just try it out, get a sample. But if you don't even want to do that, then maybe a designer fragrance is more up your alley. I'm really looking forward to wearing Valentino Uomo Intense. Similar to the Dior Homme line, it has iris. Iris is one of the main notes in it, which can smell like makeup or lipstick or a bag where you keep those things in it. But Valentino Uomo Intense is really cool for the fact that it amps up the chocolatey nature of the original Dior Homme. It makes it a little more wearable, I would say. It's a little more on the gourmand side of things as well. So it smells something delicious, edible, even dessert-like. It doesn't quite have the projection that Dior Homme Intense has, which is why I feel like it's more appropriate for the fall rather than the winter. And it's kind of respectable as a fragrance. It's one that you can wear indoors and outdoors. You're not going to be too obnoxious and too annoying for people around you in close quarters, but I would still categorize it as a stronger fragrance. So just make sure you keep that in mind, guys. It's actually getting a bit chilly out there, which is why I'm here. I can't wait to wear Layton by Parfums de Marly this fall. This should be no surprise to a lot of you because Layton is one of my favorite fragrances. I even featured it on one of my Scent of the Week episodes where I wore it for an entire week, but that was in warmer weather. And although the video was about being able to wear Layton year-round, I feel it flourishes when the weather cools down a little bit. It's not necessarily a winter powerhouse, that's why you have Layton Exclusive. But Layton in and of itself is still a warm fragrance, which means it's good for the cold weather. It's kind of opposite how it works. But with the amount of spicy vanilla involved in that fragrance, it's just so fantastic to wear when it's cooler. And it's definitely cooler right now. I do appreciate the added apple as well, which gives it a little bit of zest. It's not a vanilla bomb like a Spiritus Double Vanille by Guerlain, and it's not quite as simplistic as something like Eau d'Huile by Diptyque, one of my favorite vanilla fragrances. But as we all know, fall days, they can vary. You can have a sunny, bright, warm day. You can have a chilly, brisk, wintry day. You can have rainy fall days. Layton is one of those unique cases where it just kind of satisfies every single weather condition that autumn can possibly throw at you. But James, it's the niche fragrance, man. Parfums de Marly's, Parfums de Pricey. Well, okay, I got another designer fragrance then for you. L'Homme Idéal Eau de Parfum. L'Homme Idéal EDP, it isn't the newest flanker from that line, but it's one of my favorites in the fall time because of the added note of leather. While the original is a beautiful, sweet, almond gourmand fragrance that is still quite masculine, but it's meant for the metrosexual guy, the more contemporary man, who apparently is ideal, according to Guerlain. When it first came out, I sort of said that L'Homme Ideal EDP was Guerlain's version of Dior Homme Parfum. They're both EDP concentrations, and they both have added leather. But while the Dior became an insane leather iris powerhouse, Guerlain's EDP version, it's a little bit softer in nature. The heightened oil concentration gives it a more subtle finish. Not to say that the original L'Homme Ideal pushes out like crazy. The EDP is just a little more personal. It stays in your bubble for quite a while. And there's a little bit less of the leathery quality that's apparent and more of that kind of cherryness that makes it so distinct. Almost like an amaretto type of feel. Although I wouldn't call it boozy either. I hope you get what I'm saying. Now, before I get into my #1 most anticipated fall fragrance, I really wanted to thank you guys for continuing your support. I was pretty stressed about taking a break, which kind of seems counterintuitive and counterproductive. You take a break to de-stress, but the more time I took off, the more I missed making videos for you guys. But the one thing that I can say that sort of kept me going was the work still sort of continued behind the scenes. I was really learning about new equipment, new techniques, that would help make my channel feel better and will make me feel more fulfilled. I want my channel to be more of a passion project rather than a race to the top. I don't really want to fixate with numbers anymore, with view counts. I still want to make content that's accessible by a lot of people, but I just feel like I don't want to get caught up in a rat race of just rinse and repeat. Let's put out the same kind of video repackaged over and over and over. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop making lists, because I love lists. I love lists, guys, come on. I like comparison videos, I like battles, I like reviews, but I wanna make content that interests myself as well. But I think it's time I reveal my most anticipated fall fragrance of this year and almost every year. I mean, Memoir Man is usually up there, but this is a fragrance that I essentially only wear during the fall. And if you can guess it in the comments right now, I'll give you a cookie. It's by Creed. It's not insanely popular, but I really like it, and I'm gonna have to wear it today and tomorrow. Maybe not the whole week, but I'm gonna give it a few days worth of wears. I can't wait to wear Tabaron Millésime by Creed. If you should know, I do have an older bottle of Tabaron Millésime. It has the old sprayer. It's pretty yellow as well. This is a fragrance that a lot of people poop on, mainly because it has a poop-colored label, but also because it's a fresh tobacco fragrance, which is pretty unique. It doesn't sound like it would work, but it does. And it's mainly because it's a fresh tobacco rather than a smoked tobacco. It has a ginger zestiness to it that makes it very, very unique. And what I love about it is, even though it's fresh and it's fantastic on the warmer fall days, this is easily one of my best performing fresh fragrances in my collection. It's probably my best performing Creed fragrance. Sometimes Aventus or Original Santal does a bit better, but consistently I get 10 hours plus with this. Very, very phenomenal. If you tried Tabaron Millésime in the store and immediately wrote it off because of questionable reviews, or maybe you smelled Aventus right before it, so this one just smells kind of weird, I encourage you to seek this fragrance out and try it again this fall. When you smell this on yourself with a huge brisk breeze of airness, you'll see what I mean. I'm currently on vacation. I'm on a 3-week trip to Scotland to see Bay. Although I'm back to putting up videos, it won't be the same frequency as before. For the time being, especially while I'm gone, I want to focus on quality rather than quantity. That's my whole vision and mindset for this channel. Well thought out videos that I really am proud of rather than just mass producing for the sake of dem views, which I do like, but I think now I'm just not obsessed over them. If you want to see a blast from the past, you can check out my fall list from last year. There are still some applicable fragrances on it. Just my opinion as always, guys. Get your own.